we were put in front of about 300 people at least today, and you know, I mean, for the most part, I mean, if you ask me, that's official in my book. So, Mr. Bell County.
You know, it was cool. You know, first of all, the whole situation. You know what I mean?
What's up? What's up? First of all, what's up, Mr. Bell County? What's going on, Playboy?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, man, you already know what it is, baby. You know, I'll be tuning in. And what LIZA? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to say, hey, shout out LIZA. You know what I'm saying? And Will, you know what I mean? I'll be tuning in all the time, bro. Just listening to all the mixes. You know what I'm saying? I love all genre of music, and I'm going to continue to love all genre of music. It influences me to be who I am. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate his BL as well. You know,
already. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it was very interesting when we were having that conversation earlier with Julio. And well, first off, before I touch base on what Sodico was talking about, you know, we all had a group conversation, and Julio came to us, and we were talking, and he was saying, you know, I've been doing this whole situation for 10 years, and I've had artists come through and perform for 10 years. You know what I mean? And he was saying, you know, he was questioning us as a group as far as, are they going to live up to what they're saying, who they are, and the music and all that. He's been following us for like a week and a half, I believe.
Yeah, it was kind of
real short notice. So he started following us and listening to our music. He fell in love with it. He loved it, you know what I mean? But it was crazy because, you know, he had brought up in the past that, you know, certain situations would happen and people would show up and they would say they were going to do this and do that, but then they go off on a different way, be knuckleheads, and, you know, the crowd was,
even the language, everything was just vulgar language, edited stuff.
Yeah, so when we perform today, you know, we don't cuss a lot at all in our music. Our content is something different, you know what I mean? But we did make sure that we edited anything that we had when we performed it, you know what I mean? And we lived up to that, and we did what we had to do. So at the end of the day, though, when we started conversating and talking about the next situation, he had brought up and was like, hey, you know, this thing is about to pop off right now. He's like, hey, this is $100,000 studio type of situation. You know what I mean? And for him to even mention that and have us a part of the family, like, that's big, bro. Like, you know, it was huge even just to even be there and perform for the kids like that and actually get a lot of love from the kids afterwards. You know what I mean? And it was just like, this is dope. And then for him to even be like, hey, man, this is what I have on the table, and I want to rock with y'all. You out your mind? Yeah, we with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. And that's what the Method Boys are all about. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about, you know, being crazy and all sorts of that. I'm not knocking anybody for what they do or what they do in life to go ahead and make it, but this is where we at, you know what I mean? And this is where we fall in, you know, and this is where we earn our respect. And this is who we are as individuals, period. You know what I mean? And you obviously already know by meeting Sodico and actually being in person with him. And we're all waiting to actually meet each other in person as well. The same thing with everybody else out of state, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going down, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's not going to stop, baby, you know, and all we want to do is just make a big impact and a big influence, be a positive influence to everybody out here. Let the kids know, too, like, hey, man, it doesn't mean that you have to go do this and this and that just to even spit a verse, you know what I mean? You can rap about your life and how it is. You got listeners out there, and you got people that you can relate to, no matter what. Period. You know,
see, that's good that you tell that, so that way, when you mentor these kids, you could teach them that they could story tell, or they could punchline, or they could, some are probably still want to do a little bit of the gangster flavor rap or whatever we want to call it, trap music. Some of the kids are still going to do that, but they can still do it in a positive way to where it don't come out as sounding as much as it's so hardcore, so it's cool. It's cool. So it's a positive mindset that you have to keep these kids, in mind. That way, when they leave from you guys as mentors, they go on in their career and even in their life, and they keep everything positive. They keep working for the community, and then they give back to the community. And that's what's good about what you guys are doing, because you don't realize how many hearts and how many young individuals you touched, and they're gonna go back and they're gonna do this later in their life. And I got a story about my life that I'll tell later on, But let's finish up with the Boys and the Girls Club, and then we'll move on to the next event, because you guys had a busy day today, man. You guys were busier than I was, and I was busy. I was sweating my butt off.
Hey, I'm gonna say though, you probably touched about 1,000 people or plus on the internet. You know what I'm saying? By the time this is all said and done, maybe a couple. But we definitely touched at least. We shook hands. We shook babies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
We acted with about 1,000, maybe more people today. So, and everybody gave us hella love. You know, if I could say on live, feed. But it was a little bit of respect. You know what I'm saying? All the way through and through. And we did do. We'll talk about the criminal show a little bit later. But the Boys and Girls was huge, man. It's huge because not only are we going to be able to help out the youth with like rap and hip hop, which is what our genre is, but any fashion of music in general, just try to put them the in and out. Because come on, man, we've been talking about doing this tour, we've been talking about doing the book, your book, you know what I'm saying? We've been talking about doing the videos and the DVDs, and we've been talking about doing the merchandise, the T-shirts, and digital downloads, and everything that we've been talking about. Everything that we've been talking about is. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at right now. So
yeah, I did some learning today on merchandising. Because I work today too. I was learning from Hall & Oates and Tears for Fears. I'm learning from these guys. These guys are old, and I'm learning from them today. Been in the rap game for a while, and I'm learning from them. So the marketing and the sales, man, is amazing, dude. I was sitting there shocked.
Well, we don't have to sit and talk about that at a different time.
I know. Yeah, no, I just wanted to bring that up because you brought up, the sales and, kind of branding. So that's you're going in that route, but you're still keeping that positive community outreach, and you're a resource now. You become a resource now, so that you have outlets for people to go to now. And that's what's good, Yeah, I'm going to jump in right there, and I agree with you and everything, and I'm sure the band of the boys will understand. What we're doing is not making music in general just to make music. We love music. We're not doing this for money like a lot of other people are doing. But also, we're doing this to create a foundation for the music in Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Because out here in Colorado, it's just definitely a difficult situation. But as we do that, most importantly, we want to impact the community, and make a positive note on that, because there's a lot of people out there talking about the same thing, and we're different from everybody else. The Messe boys are different from everybody else.
And you already know, you can see by my posts or whatnot, man. I'm always Mr. #rock with us, # just want to be heard. You know what I mean?
Let's team up. Don't forget, let's team up. I mean, that get thrown in the mix, period. You know what I'm saying?
I could say right now, from the first time I met you guys, I knew that you guys were go-getters and were going to work hard, because I meet thousands of artists, and they don't want to go after it. And I could tell you guys want it. You guys really, really want it. And I think that if you guys keep going in the direction you're going, you guys are going to get it. Regardless if I'm around, I hope to be around, who's around or who's pushing you or who's helping, you guys are going to make it as long as you guys keep going in that positive direction, right there, that was kind of more like, not advice, but,
confirmation.
Yeah, sort of is what I'm trying to say, man. So it's kind of a good thing is what I'm saying. A compliment kind of in a way, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a compliment. That's the way I'm saying. Cause,
definitely a compliment, but it's confirmation to where we're headed to.
Yeah.
And what we've been doing up until now, we've only released the album in April, and technically it wasn't, released and available for the public until May.
Okay.
Well, I'll say that by saying this. Today we performed for over 1,000 people.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome that you guys did that, dude. That's some good work. That's some really good work for a Saturday, man. For any day of the week, that's some really good work.
You know what stood out the most to me though about today?
What was that?
This little girl. I'm even shout her out and everything. Her name was Natalia. You know what I'm saying? And it's at the girls and boys club. And we were turning up kids, whatever, when I was up and cleaning up and everything. And I had walked into the building. She actually had already came up to us and got a picture with a couple of the youngsters or whatnot. And we had turned on kids. I had put the team inside. I was taking something else inside, and she caught me in the building, and she put me to the side. She was like, "Hey," I was like, "What's up?" She was like, "Hey, y'all did an amazing job." And I'm looking at this little girl like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wow.
Yeah.
No matter what, I mean, my daughter loves my music, loves our music in general, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? And it always feels to have that feeling, you know what I'm saying? No matter what. Yeah.
It's a humbling feeling, isn't it?
Oh, man, it's crazy. And then for this little girl, you know, that I've never met in my life, and her first time ever hearing us, period, when it comes to our music, when she's probably hearing, you know, just like anybody that walks us there.
By the way, so you know.
I mean, she hearing us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm like I said, I'm a big fan of all genre of music, so she listens to everything. You know what I mean? She asked. I wouldn't doubt that in any way. But sometimes, whenever you have a favorite song or you have a favorite person you like to listen to, and all this other that, it always feels good to hear that, especially if it's the person you like to listen to, right?
Yeah.
But whenever you are that person, and that person came up to you and said, "Y'all did an amazing job," like that's just right there letting me know, like, you just put me on your playlist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just sit there and said, the Meth 8 Boys is somebody I'm going to listen to. And she couldn't be no older than like 10 or 12. You know what I'm saying? And it felt good. It felt good, brother. And I was like, hey, I straight up, from the bottom of my heart, told her, I said, this is what we do this for. You know what I mean? This is exactly what we do this for. I said, exactly what I told Jeremy. Hashtag just want to be heard. Hashtag rock with. I mean, I didn't put a hashtag at her, but I said, we just want to be heard. Rock with us. Follow us. Keep going with us. We're going to keep rolling with it. You know what I mean? And we're going to keep rocking for the 303.
Okay, so now that you guys are leaders in the community and you work, let's give a shout out to the coordinator at the Boys and Girls Club. I missed his name. I'm sorry about that. What's his name?
His name's Julio.
Julio?
Yeah. If anybody wants to give a contribute, a donation or whatever, it is a 501c charity, and they're accepting donations. And I will say this. They do more than just babysitting, you know what I mean? So I would definitely look them up if I were you, Boys and Girls Club. But check this out. So if anybody is interested in getting involved, whether you're a business owner, whether you're, you have a business and you want to, earn a taxable charity donation or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And definitely the Boys and Girls Club of the Metro Denver. They're at 808 Inca Street. And it's Coke King Center that we're going to be working with specifically. So a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing, it's not just hip hop, it's not just rap, it's not just, it's the elements of music in general. And C's Major is our producer. So C's Major has done everything from the start to the end, to the finish, literally mixing and mastering and all that stuff. And actually we're putting ourselves in a position where we can not only help other individuals, help our community, help the rap organization as far as, Colorado is concerned and beyond that. Because, we're already touching base with California, Texas, obviously Colorado in the Midwest, Rocky Mountain region, Denver,
and
everybody.
And we really need it now. We really need to come together as a community and on every platform in Colorado. And it's good that you're working with community activists now. Becoming community leaders. You work with IKE DIAZ, who does these things for years, and now you work with the Boys and Girls Club. You know what I'm saying? So it's you're going in the right direction. So as far as working with nonprofits, what's the goal, the end goal for this, or is it getting that studio open and getting these kids prepared?
How do you mean prepared before we get started on that reaction?
Prepared as far as getting them ready to learn how to record, teaching them to going through tutorials on recording programs, learning how, because you got to remember, you probably want to teach these kids to set up